X-Factor Volume 1, Issue 2 is the back issue of the week. Released in 1985, Bob Layton and Jackson Guise wrote the story. Jackson Guise did the interior artwork, and the covers by Mike Zeck. Jean Grey wakes from a nightmare reliving the night the Phoenix Force replaced her years ago. She reflects on how much has changed since her return from the dead, including how distant Scott is. She's now with X-Factor, posing as mutant hunters alongside the original X-Men to teach young mutants control. Their first mission, recovering pyrokinetic Rusty Collins, was a success. Scott and Warren are also up late. Warren pushes Scott to tell Madeline that Jean is alive, and to tell Jean he's married to Madeline. Scott knows he should, but he can't face either conversation, and he and Warren end up in a fight. Warren then meets PR man Cameron Hodge, who notes that Hank and Bobby are still not back from apartment hunting, and that 48% of the hotline calls coming into X-Factor are cranks. We find out Bobby and Hank decided to visit Hank's old girlfriend, Vera Cantor. Bobby carelessly uses his ice powers, and Hank warns them about blowing their cover. They're shocked by Vera's new punk look and her outlook to want to live on the wild side of life. Then the size-changing mutant Tower attacks, knocks them out, and abducts Hank for Carl Maddicks, Hank's former Brand Corp colleague. Back at headquarters, Scott and Jean are training Rusty. When he fails, he storms off. Jean wants to talk about their situation, but Scott dodges. When he's alone, Scott tries to call Madeline and finds her phone number disconnected. Bobby calls into X-Factor to let them know Hank's been taken. X-Factor mobilizes to Vera's. Maddicks holds Hank in a secret lab under Ryan Research, Inc. He wants Hank's old mutant research. Hank refuses, but Maddicks plans to hire X-Factor to capture Tower, covering his tracks. He leaves notes for Hank, knowing his mutant son Artie can project Hank's thoughts to steal the corrections to his formula. X-Factor flies to Atlanta on Maddicks' tip about Tower, suspecting a trap and a compromised cover. They confront Tower as exterminators and beat him. Tower offers a deal. Free him, and he'll reveal who took Hank. Meanwhile, Maddicks' experiments put Hank in cardiac arrest as Carl scrambles to revive him to continue his project, a chemical cure to eliminate mutation. I'll be talking more about the creation of X-Factor as the special guest on Omni X-Men, Tuesday night, June 2nd, 2026 at 9 p.m. Eastern on John's Comics with Friends YouTube channel. Hope you can join in on the exciting conversation. Subscribe to my channel and look for an X-Men themed lassoed loot video this week. Give this short a thumbs up and join me next week for our next installment of the back issue of the week.